We're going to take a look at the 2021 Lucid Air Dream Edition. So this is our launch edition of the car, and it's got a lot of special features. We're going to start at the front of the car and talk a little bit about the face of the vehicle. As you can see, we have this very unique light blade across the front with our logo in place. We're going to have the slimmest lighting aperture of any production vehicle when this hits the road. And this is made possible by our micro lens array technology. You can see there's 7 modules across here. And these are incredibly compact, about 25 millimeters or an inch high. And they're hundreds of tiny lenses rather than one large lens. And then here we have our high beam module. Very bright and very efficient and very compact. As we come across the nose here, we have our front camera. This is where our LiDAR is placed through the middle, very elegant and integrated. So in addition to the air intake for the motor and batteries, we also have very subtle venting around the front of the vehicle. I mentioned our lighting. Above the lighting is a small slot, and like any kind of lighting technology, it does get warm, so the air flows in here, relieving high pressure turbulence, cools the lighting, and exits right out the top. So it serves both purposes. A total form follows function, and it also is very efficient aerodynamically. Also, as high pressure air comes around the front of the corner, we've applied this vent here, which is also our side light indicator. And if this wasn't here, the air would come around the side and create turbulence. A small amount of air can stay in here and create a low pressure here, keeping the flow smooth around the front of the car. And that's super important because we need this flow to be clean, so it goes down the side of the car cleanly and off the back of the car, leaving as minimal of wake and turbulence as possible. That's how we achieve this high, super efficient coefficient of drag. As we come down the side of the car, we've really tried to maintain this feeling of very clean elements to the car. The car really has just one single line down the car. The rest of the surfaces are very fluid, almost liquid-like, kept the body side super clean. And then we're really proud of these aluminum finishes across the top of the canopy. These are actual aluminum panels and finished in our satin finish. This will also be available in 2 different finishes. The other finish is more of a stealth look, which is a little bit more smoked out. Right there you see our limited edition side badging for the Dream. Completely flush door handles through the side of the car.
And what color is this?
So this is a limited color just for the launch edition. We call it Eureka Gold. And we developed this just for the Dream Edition launch.
That's a beautiful color.
Thank you. We'll also offer Dream Edition in two additional colors, Stellar White and Infinite Black. And it'll just be those 3 colors for the initial launch of Lucid Air. And then later on, we will offer a graphite, a red, and a silver to the palette. The gold is the only one that's completely limited and will stop after the Dream Edition finishes. Around the back of the car, we've kept everything super clean. This is a one-piece taillight from side to side. No cut lines down the middle. You think most cars have shut lines that come down and cuts the taillight. This is the largest single-piece taillight in the industry right now. We've got a really low loading point for cargo. And in a minute, I'll show you the trunk opening.
Yeah, because it looks like this is all one piece right here.
That's correct, yeah. So the whole trunk opens all the way around, lifts, so you end up with this really wide opening.
Really cool.
So should we transition to the vehicle? I'll tell you a little bit about our vehicle application.
Sure.
So with Lucid Air, we'll have a vehicle app, and we use this app to check charge status. We can also set charge limits. And so like if I'm charging in my garage, or if I'm at an Electrify America charge station, I can monitor my charge status with this. In addition to that, we can also pre-plan trip routes here. So for example, if I want to set a trip and go to Malibu, I could do this the night before, find the location, set the location, send a vehicle. And so now the car already knows that I've set that trip, and that'll come up in the car once I get in the vehicle. So I don't need to mess with that while I'm driving. In addition to that, it'll make recommendations for charge locations along your route. So let's take a look inside the car. We're going to open doors remotely.